Kennedy rode with her father for an hour with the flowers he'd brought clutched against her chest, breathing in, smelling them. She had been surprised when she saw that Jerry had laid an old jacket of hers from the closet across the front seat. It had a cluster of round pins still clinging to the lapel. One for the band The Smiths, an AIDS awareness button, and one that she knew had made Lane and Jerry glare with worry. No means no. She pulled the jacket around her more than put it on. She'd wondered if there would be some sad polyester shirt or crushed velvet top to be returned to her upon release. But they had only her wages for her. Between the flowers and a McDonald's milkshake Jerry insisted was once her favorite, he was like an eager boy who had come to take her on a date. The drink was a punch of sweet that delighted and then quickly nauseated her. Kennedy was overwhelmed. The smell of the daisies, the world flying past her beyond the window, it was all starting to seem like a trip. The point where the cresting acid would make the banal world beautiful. She gripped the inside of the car door with one hand. It was dizzying. Jerry drove fast and talked fast. "I'm sorry Carter didn't come. I'm sure she'll be at the house." But Kennedy said nothing. She didn't feel like speaking. She just wanted to breathe in the delicate air. Jerry tapped some buttons on the BMW console and connected a call. Kennedy listened to the ringing, an ordinary thing that seemed alien to her, coming as it did from within a car. After the ringing, her sister's recorded voice came out of the speakers. "You've reached Carter, Randall. I can't pick up." Then silence. "Carter, it's me. I'm out," Kennedy said to the windshield of the car when Jerry nodded at her. "Give us a damn call, how about it?" Jerry exclaimed. Carter Randall. Kennedy had almost forgotten she still went by it. Carter had discarded their surname, Wynn, years ago, like a baby doll dress. At the height of the media coverage, it made sense to all of them for Carter to hide under their mother's name. No one in her family had thought any of this would be permanent. It would right itself, like any other record skip in suburban life. No more serious than a possum in the garage, a quiet separation, or a DUI. Her dad was a lawyer, after all. He had told Kennedy all the charges would be dropped. He had told her the defense attorneys were looking into the possibility that the crime was connected to the Colonial Parkway murders, a string of Lover's Lane murders a few years before that had never been solved. I-64 ran practically past the woods, he'd argued, and these victims were all young people, too. A year after Kennedy went to jail, Carter had brought in a page from Spin magazine showing Trent Reznor wearing a homemade Free Kennedy Wynn shirt during his Richmond concert. It was a rush, and for a minute Kennedy felt free from the not knowing, all the thoughts of, did I do this? But ultimately it only put murder groupies onto her family, people who clipped things from newspapers or, a few years later, found case details online. Those fans dubbed her Dead Kennedy, just like the kids in high school had done. Carter tried not to tell her about the emails and phone calls that still sometimes made their way through filters. Men wanting to get in touch with Kennedy. Others telling Carter, "You'll do," because of their resemblance. Carter had once been a mathlete and won scholarships to drama summer intensives. But Kennedy had attended more college inside of a prison than Carter had managed to outside of one. She often wondered what Carter might have been without her as a twin. There was a faint scent of perfume on the collar of the shapeless black dress Carter had chosen for her, which Jerry had brought to the prison. Kennedy wondered if she'd tried it on. She noticed that Jerry took a different exit from the highway, one she didn't remember. It meant they didn't have to drive down Smoke Line, past the woods.